Well, hello everybody. We want to continue talking about how to maintain energy and creativity and not allow your energy or your creativity to be leaked out. We don't want to allow our energy or our creativity to be leaked out. And so, in not allowing our creativity, our energy to be leaked out, there's some things that about yourself you should never reveal. Because in revealing these things about yourself, it leaks energy. And it also invites winds of opinion and ideas from others who have no idea what God is showing you or what you discovered about yourself. And it seems like everybody want to be an expert about what you see and what you want to do. So the best thing for you to do is let your results speak for you and not leak your energy out through your words. So the very first thing that we talked about yesterday about not what not to reveal about yourself. Number one is never reveal your next move. Never reveal your next move. Never reveal your deepest plans nor your intentions. Never do that. I gave it an example of like if you bury a seed never announces that it's going to be a certain tree. It never announces that it's going to grow 100 feet tall. It goes into the soil in the darkness of the soil. It germinates and it collects its energy, and then it breaks the shell of the seed. That shell is broken, and then it moves upward. And that's what you need to do. You need to keep percolating your ideas, your intentions in the dark soil of your thought. And when that shell is broken, the idea becomes expansive within you. It'll move upward. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to tell nobody your plans because you release the tension. Because when you get an idea, it's like a rubber band that is stretched and there's tension. And you need that tension to keep you motivated. You need that tension to keep you moving forward. But if you talk about it and people begin to say, wow, that's a good idea, it tricks your brain into thinking you've already accomplished what you intended, and that leaks out in energy, and the force is kind of leaked out of you through your words. You talk yourself to death. And then you invite the winds of opinion and you invite the winds of advice from other people, and they become too familiar with you and your idea. The very next thing that we talked about that you should never reveal about yourself is your charity, your good deeds, or your acts of kindness. We tell you, in Matthew chapter 6, 3 and 4, it says, but when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. So let your accomplishments be your announcement of what you've done. Don't be telling anybody about it because you create separation when you start talking about your charitable deeds. All of a sudden, you become the hero, and your charitable deeds are going toward, they become the victims of the people who need you. Also, we do this in relationships already. We're kind to somebody. We see ourselves as the hero, and the people are needing our heroic acts to rescue them from their bad decisions. You're always the one giving advice. You're always the one that's supplying extra finances. You become the person's come up. So where do I come up with my rent money? Where do I come up with my gas bill? Where do I come up with my car payment? And you become the one that just rushes in and takes care of it until allowing them to figure it out for themselves. And I'm telling you, God's universe is very neutral and is very fair. If you let them alone and let them stew in their problems, the God's universe and God's wisdom will awaken them to their ability, and their ability will work for them, and their gift will come up and mature in them, make room for them, and they begin to solve their own problems. Do not enable people to continually be dependent on someone else and not develop the resources that they have within themselves. So when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You don't need no accolades from nobody. You need to do it, and you don't even need to reward yourself. it's just natural for you. Don't even reward yourself and say, oh, I've done a good thing. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about the next thing that you should never reveal about yourself. The next thing that you should never reveal about yourself. Number 3, you never reveal to anyone your deepest resentments and your grudges. Now, this is the prayer that we've been teaching our congregants and we'd like to share with you today. This is your prayer. I forgive those who trespass against me, cutting the cord of things that would bind me, canceling all resentments, regrets, or hurts from being wronged by anyone. I release all things that would weigh me down so I can return to and remain in the presence. We have this particular habit of carrying the past around with us like a heavy suitcase filled with rocks. Not only do we carry it, but we like to open it up and show everyone the rocks. Look at this one. Look how he hurt me 10 years ago. Look at this jagged edge rock where she betrayed me. We like to talk about our pains. We like to talk about how people have misused us and how resentful we feel. I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive her because of what they've done for me. That's why that prayer is important that we said prior to this example. Because if you forgive everybody and release everybody, you're not tied to the past. You're not trying to prop up any kind of ghost and pour energy in keeping that ghost alive. What you want to do is let that experience just pass away into nothingness, and you need to stay present in your present energy, because again, going to the past is robbing you of your presence, robbing you of your present energy to move forward and to be very, very courageous. All right. You must understand what you are actually doing when you share these old stories and conflicts. You are trying to use the past to build an identity in the present. You are trying, you're saying, I am the one who was wronged. I am the victim. That will get you a little bit of sympathy, but it comes at a price. It anchors you to a ghost. You are trying to raise the dead. You're using all your energy on events that have passed, and you can't grow. The awakened person realizes something that is quite terrifying to the ego. They realize that the past does not exist. They realize that it's gone. It is nothing more than a trail of smoke left behind a moving ship or steam engine train. You will realize that without the story, the pain cannot survive. Without the story, the pain cannot survive. You're not talking about it, you're not thinking about it, the pain cannot survive. But every time you think about it, every time you bring it to your present memory, so you feel that pain, you feel that anxiety in the present, it's the past. And so again, it saps you of your energy. It puts you on a low vibrational frequency where density and chaos comes in and crowds in. It also keeps you in a rut where you keep doing and attracting the same thing, the same experience over and over and over and over again. So when you don't talk about it and you don't think about it, the pain begins to subside and eventually goes away. You can't even find it. You cannot find it at all. Now here's number 4. This is the 4th thing that you should never reveal about yourself. Watch this. Never reveal the exact state of your finances. I want y'all to hear that. Never reveal the exact state of your finances. Never talk about how much money you have. I never talk about how much money you don't have. Never talk about your finances on either side, because on either side there's a negative. So just keep your financial health to yourself. If you have a lot of money and you let people know, you become a target. You change the dynamic of every relationship. People stop seeing you. They see what you can do for them. They see a resource. You have placed blood in the water, and you cannot blame the sharks for circling. On the other hand, if you reveal that you have very little finances, now you invite pity, or worse, you invite their advice. They want to fix you, and they will try to tell you how to play the game. Suddenly, you are no longer a free spirit, you are a problem to be solved. So you don't want to see, on one hand, you become a resource. You the come ups. Oh, they got some money. They can spare that money. They don't need all that money. Are you, man, I ain't got no money, man. I'm embarrassed. Then, oh, man, oh, I'm so sorry about that. What's going on? Then all of a sudden they see you as a problem. They see you as a problem to be solved. They're going to try to help you, all right? They're going to pity you. You don't want no pity. You're no longer a free spirit. But if you don't tell nobody, no one knows your finances or what you have or don't have. They deal with you as a human being and not as a bank account. Amen. Understand that when you talk about money, you are trying to prove something. You're trying to prove your worth or importance. You are already worthy with or without money. Your worth has nothing to do with numbers. By keeping your financial reality to yourself, you detach your identity from it. You realize that you are the space in which money comes and goes, and not the result of the accumulation of it. Matthew chapter 13, verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid, and for joy over it, he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Keep your treasure hidden, not because you are afraid of losing it. No, because you don't need the world to confirm its value. You don't need the world to confirm its value or your value. Keep it hidden. Okay? Let your results, let the fruit of your life speak for you. Well, we're going to stop there. We're going to bring the next few things not to reveal about yourself in our next video. But until that time, I want you to remember, God has plans for your life, and none of those plans include defeat. Shalom.